How much does one need to start chicken farming in Kenya? How much? Actually, the how much depends on how much you have. Many people have been asking me in my videos, Ofweno, how much do I need to start chicken farming? How much do I need to put up a farm like yours? And I've always been telling them the how much depends on how much you have. So how much money do you have that you want to start with? Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to start a profitable chicken farming with only 25,000 Kenyan shillings. That's around 210 to 220 USD. I'm not sure of the exact figure, okay? So make sure you stick around and watch the video up to the end so you don't miss the important parts. If you are new on this channel, my name is Ofweno. I do goat farming and chicken farming. If you are returning, thanks for stopping by and for always supporting the channel. So with 25,000 shillings, how many chicken do you start with? Chicken that are household, okay? And what structure do you need? So with 25,000 shillings, we are going to use a practical model, something that I've personally used before, okay? When I started chicken farming in 2022, I started with 31 chicken, okay? So with 25,000 shillings, what do you need? Grab a pen and a piece of paper and make sure you don't miss any part, because I'm going to take you through everything, the cost of everything, the breakdown, feeds, feeders, drinkers, structure, everything. So chicken farming is broad, and there are different models in chicken farming. There are broilers, there are commercial layers. These are the chicken that lay the eggs that we eat. Then we have the improved kienyeji chicken. So the improved kienyeji chicken lays fertilized egg, okay, that are going to be incubated and hatched to chicks. The improved kienyeji chicken are also raised for meat. They are sold after 3-4 months to the hotels, to other people who are going to eat them. So the model that I'm going to use is the improved kienyeji chicken that we are going to raise for fertilized eggs, because we want to start something that will be able to expand and scale with time. So how many chicken do we need? We are going to buy the improved kienyeji chicken that are at the point of lay. Yes, chicken that are going to lay immediately, you bring them. Okay, how many are we going to buy? 15. And how much does one cost? 850 to 1,000. So we are going to buy 14 hens, improved kienyeji, between 850 Kenya shillings to 1,000, and one rooster that goes for 1,000 to 200. Okay, so let's say we are going to buy 14 hens and one rooster. That is going to total to, I already noted them down. This is something that I calculated. So the chicken will cost you 12,750. Note that down. Note it down. Okay. The drinkers will cost you 500 to 600 bob, but 500 you get a drinker. And the feeders is what you put feeds on. It will cost you around 600 for the 15 chicken. Okay. Buy locally made feeders and drinkers. Don't buy these expensive drinkers. Go to the Juakali artisan shops and buy very affordable feeders and drinkers. Some goes to as low as 300 to 50. Okay. So the highest amount you should spend on drinker is 400, and the highest amount you should spend on feeders is 500. Okay, and structure, I said the structure like this is 2,000. Okay, this chicken will also need to eat. You buy feeds. Okay, the chicken that are at point of lay are consuming between 100 to 120 grams per chicken per day, and you have 15 chicken. So I've done the calculation. So if this chicken are eating 120 grams per chicken per day and they are 15, you multiply 15 by 120, you get the number of grams they will eat per day. You divide by 1,000 to get the number of kgs they will eat per day. I've done the calculations, and for the 15 chicken, they will eat 54.5 kgs of feeds in 1 month. So on feeds, we are going to buy layer mash, okay? And a 50 kg of layer mash costs between 50 kg of layer mash costs between 3,400 to 3,600, okay? So we are going to do the calculation, the amount of feeds these chicken are going to eat in 1 month. I've done the calculation. It is 3,500 Kenya shillings that the chicken will need to eat for 1 month. So this is what we are going to do. These chicken are going to lay egg per day, okay? The improved Kenyan chicken are prolific layers. They lay more eggs than the indigenous chicken. So they're going to lay 1 egg per day. Assuming they lay at a rate of 80%. Improved Kenyan chicken cannot lay up to 90%. If someone tells you that, they're lying. They lay between 70 to 80 maximum. So assuming they lay at 80%, how many eggs are you going to collect per day? You are from 15 chicken, you are going to collect 11 eggs per day. Wonderful. 11 eggs per day. So we are going to incubate these eggs to hatch into chicks, the chicks that we will raise to maturity to eat or sell to other farmers. So what you need to do, you'll be collecting eggs per day, and in 10 days you take the eggs to the incubator. There are many people who are offering incubation services in town. Even where I am, there are many people who are offering incubation services. You are going to take these eggs to the incubator to be hatched, okay? So the chicken will lay 1 egg per day. After 10 days, you will collect 10 to 11 eggs from 15 chickens, okay? At a laying rate of 80%. So after 10 days, you have how many eggs? You'll be having 110 eggs. To achieve a high hatching rate, you need to incubate eggs that are 7 to 10 days old. You should not incubate eggs that are more than 10 days old. So with an 80% laying rate, you are going to collect 110 eggs from the chicken after 10 days. So you take the 110 eggs to an incubator or someone who is offering incubation services to hatch the eggs for you. They charge 15 bob to 17 bob per egg to hatch, okay? So you take the eggs to the incubator and wait for 22 days to go and collect your chicks. Meanwhile, your chicken are still laying eggs every day. Let us pause with the egg laying and focus on the chicks that you're going to hatch. How much will it cost you to hatch the 110 eggs? If they charge 15 bob per egg and you have 110 eggs, that means you are going to spend 1,650 to incubate 110 eggs. And the eggs will take 21 to 22 days to hatch, okay? So add that expenditure to our total expenditure, where we listed the feeds, chicken, drinkers, that is 1,650. So the total cost for the chicken feeds, the chicken, the feeder, the drinker, and the structure is 19,150. So the incubation for 110 eggs is 1,650. Let us add to see how much we get. That is 20,800. So you will need 1,650 to incubate 110 eggs. And assuming that the hatchability rate, the hatching rate is 80%, okay? How many chicks are you going to get from hatching? You are going to get 90 chicks, okay? 90 chicks. With these 90 chicks, you bring them home, you brood them. Vaccination, the Gumboro and the Newcastle disease vaccine, okay? That will cost around 900 in total. So you brought your chicks from the incubator. You want to brood them. You will incur 900 bob, okay? And let's assume that you brood this chicken for 14 days and sell to other farmers who are going to keep them, okay? Let's assume you experience a fertility rate of 2.7%. Okay, that should be the maximum. With my experience, when brooding the chicken, the highest number I've lost is 2.7% of the total number of chicks. So assuming you lose only 2 to 3% of the chicks during brooding, by 14th day, you'll be having 88 chicks that you can sell to other farmers. How much are you going to sell each chick at 2 weeks old? You can sell them for 200 bob, okay? Sell them for 200 bob. 200 bob per chick, right? Multiply that by 88 chicks that you have. That's how much. So you've taken your 110 eggs for incubation, and the hatching rate is 80%, and you get around 90 chicks, okay? So you administer Marex on the day of hatching. Then you start to brood these chicks for 14 days with the intention of selling them to other farmers who are going to keep them. That's what I usually do. And you are going to sell them after 2 weeks. So 100 eggs incubated at a hatching rate of 80%, you get 90 chicks. You brood this chick for 14 days. You are going to feed them starter crumbs or chick mash. In my case, I feed them starter crumbs to give them a solid foundation. So I've done the calculation using starter crumb cost. Okay, starter crumb, we buy one bag of 50 kg at 4,500. When you calculate per kg, that's around 100 bob. So when you want to sell these chicks after 14 days, you fed them the starter crumbs or chick mash. You vaccinated them against gumboro. You vaccinated them against Marex. You vaccinated against Newcastle by the 12 or 14. You've done 2 vaccinations and you want to sell the chicks to other farmers. So if you lose 2 to 3% of the chicks, you are going to remain with between 85 to 88. Okay? Let's assume you have 88 chicks that you want to sell after 14 days. How much do you sell them? 200 bob. So if one chick is 200 bob and you have 88 chicks, how much is that? That is 17,600. Imagine you have 15 chicken as parent stock that are laying eggs every day, and you stopped collecting eggs on day 10 to incubate. Now the eggs that you incubated have hatched and you brooded the chicks, and now you are selling them. Do you know how much you are going to make? 17,600 from chicks alone. 17,600 from the chicks alone. Remember, the hens are still laying. They have never stopped laying. On day 10, you stop collecting eggs for incubation. They are continuing to lay and you are collecting eggs. This is egg that you are going to sell to people who are going to eat. You can sell the egg at 20 bob per egg for people who are going to eat. You can also sell the same egg to people who are going to hatch them. Yes, there are many people who are looking for fertilized egg to hatch, okay? Even now, there's someone who needs around 2,000 eggs to hatch per day where I am. I mean per week where I am. When you subtract the cost of the feeds and the vaccines for these chicks, by the time you are selling them, vaccine is around 900 bob, okay? If you add Marex, it's around, let's say you are spending 2,000 on vaccine, everything, glucose, the multivitamin, the liquid paraffin, the vaccine, that is 2,000 on 90 chicks. And you lost a few chicks and you remain with 88. The 88 that you're going to sell is going to earn you 17,600. Let us subtract 2,000 from 17,600 to remain with the net profit from these chicks. That is 15,600. So you have made 15,600 from the 110 eggs that you incubated. But remember, your hens are still laying every day. Assuming you are selling these eggs also to someone who is going to incubate them or to people who are eating, how much do you think you will still be getting per day? Let's do that math. Simple, faster. The eggs were incubated for 21 to 22 days, right? So you waited for 22 days for the eggs to hatch. After hatching, you also waited for 14 days to sell the chicks. So 14 days plus 22 days, 14 days plus 22 days, that is 36 days. So in 36 days that you are incubating your chicks, that you are incubating your eggs and you are brooding your chicks, you made 15,600. So how much do you think you are going to make from the eggs that you are collecting continuously? That is 36 days that you are incubating and brooding. That is 36 days and you are collecting 11 eggs from those 15 chicks per day. Very simple maths. Multiply the 11 eggs times 36 days. That is 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, 9, 396. you shall have collected 396 eggs for the 36 days. Okay? And how much are you selling each egg? Multiply 396 eggs times 20. Let's assume you are selling them to people who are eating times 20. That is 6,920. 6,920 from eggs alone if you are selling to people who are going to eat. I know you are not going to sell to people who are going to eat. You are going to sell to people who are going to incubate. And you are going to sell each egg at 25 bob. So if you have 396 eggs, how many trays do you have? Divide that by 30. 12 crates, and you are selling each crate at 750 to 900. You are likely to sell them at 800. 12 times 800, 800 times 12. So you are going to earn 9,600 from selling your fertilized egg to people who are going to incubate them for 36 days. So add that 9,600 to your 15,600. Add 9,600 to the 15,600. So from 15 chicken that are laying egg, you are going to make 25,200 in 36 days. This chicken can lay for 2 years, but you can call them off at 1.5 years. So if you are earning 25,200 in 36 days from 15 chicken, how much are you going to earn in a year? This is a gross sale. So let us subtract the cost of feed from the gross sale to get your net profit. That is 25,000 minus 5,000. So you are going to make 20,000 net profit. Isn't that amazing? So that is how much you can make from 15 chicken that are laying eggs if you start your farm with 25,000 shillings. So this is going to be the total amount. Chicken 12,750, drinkers 400, feeders 500, feeds, the layer mash in this case 3,500, the coop, the mobile chicken coop 2,000. That's a total of 19,150. Okay, so we proceed to include the cost of incubation, the vaccination, and brooding up to 14 days. Okay, so hatching will cost 1,650. The chicken mash will cost 2,000 Kenya shillings. The vaccination, Marex, Bumboro, and Newcastle in total will cost 2,000. So the total cost come to 24,800. So you remember from 25,000 that you got, you spent 24,800 to stock the chicken, buy the feeds, to buy drinkers, buy feeders, buy chick mash for the chicks, buy layer mash for the laying hens, and you end up spending 24,800. Remember, the total sales that we are going to get after selling the chicks and the eggs was how much? Net profit was 20,000. We've made net profit of 20,000 in 36 days, but we are still going to continue collecting egg per day. If you watch this video up to this point and you have 25,000 shillings sitting in your bank, or you are a beneficiary of Nyota, you are a beneficiary of Nyota program, use that money, put it in chicken that are at the point of lay, follow everything I've said, and you're going to make money by the end of the year. If you decided to brood your chicks and keep them, sell a half, keep a half. After selling a half, use the money that you are going to get from the sales of the half of them to buy feeds for the half you are having here. They will eat without you having to go back to your pocket or running around to look for loan to buy feeds. That is what I mean by sustainable chicken farming. Farming that can rely on itself for long term, okay? So if you watch the video to this point, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. More importantly, comment here what you think about this business model, whether it makes sense, whether it makes profit, whether it's scalable, whether inaweza toa mtu block. Okay, I think it can. Yes, it does. So let me know what you think. And if you are someone who is looking into starting chicken farming, whether you have 10,000, 5,000, 20, 50, 100,000, let me know what you think about the same on the comment section. I'll make another video on how to start a chicken farm with 100 improved kienyeji chicken, and how much you need to start that, and how much profit you are looking at, and how you can scale that up. So thank you very much. Lots of love.